Let me ask you a question. Do you have a mobile device and an index finger? Great, because I'm going to show you an untapped, underground, totally ninja way to find your next deal in under 2 minutes at no cost. And that you can flip for $3,000 to $10,000 in your pocket using none of your own cash or credit without even doing the rest of the deal-making steps yourself. Look, you don't have to believe me right this second because I'm just going to show it to you in this video. In fact, this free way of finding deals to wholesale for cash in any market that you want using only your smartphone or tablet is so simple and so darn effective. For every 25 of these properties that we contact, one of them becomes a deal for us. Compare that to the old traditional ways of finding deals these days, where you have to send out hundreds of yellow letters and direct mail campaigns, buy expensive probate lists, and spend thousands of dollars just to find and secure one good deal. Well, no more. You're now going to be able to find a deal in no time with just a tap and swipe on your smartphone or tablet in any market in the US from anywhere in the world that you've got a Wi-Fi connection. I personally do this while I surf all day in Costa Rica with my family for months at a time. And then I'm going to show you how to have someone else execute the rest of the steps, meaning with the buyers negotiating, securing, and closing the deal for you without paying that person a dime up front. In fact, this highly trained, experienced, and qualified real estate professional will be eager to do the work for you, all 100% commissions, meaning you will no longer have to be physically present to have a deal executed from start to finish like you normally would. Oh, and it goes without saying, this is brilliant for anyone who's brand spanking new to real estate and doesn't yet have a clue on how to wholesale properties because they won't have to do the majority of it. And veterans will love it too because it will finally free up their time and double or even triple their deals this year with way less effort. Look, if this sounds unrealistic and you're just stuck on believing that real estate investing in wholesaling in particular has to require blood, sweat, and tears and take up a ton of your time and has to be hard, then I don't blame you. After all, that's all the other experts have been telling you this entire time. Don't worry, I'm going to totally destroy that myth and prove to you right now that they're wrong. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name's Justin Wilmot, and I'm known as the lifestyle real estate investor and coach. You see, I'm actually not a real estate investor first. I'm a surfer first, and then a real estate investor second, and always will be. And since 23, I've been teaching thousands of students just like you on how not to only build a wildly successful wholesaling business, but to build a totally financially free lifestyle and to build a real estate investing business that supports and enables that free lifestyle and do it using none of your own cash or credit. In fact, if a deal or investing strategy requires a lot of my time and impedes on my lifestyle, surfing and family time while I vacation all year long, I'm not doing it. I don't care how much money it could potentially make me, and that's the truth. See, time is the only real asset we have, and the clock is ticking every second. Nothing gets in the way of my clear purpose of living a freedom-driven lifestyle year-round, surfing and traveling with my family. And every single training and coaching program I've ever released over the years is specifically designed to not only build you a six-figure wholesaling business very quickly from scratch, but to put the exact systems, tools, people, and processes in place for you that eliminate 80 to 90% of the work. Many of these tools and systems most real estate investors completely miss out on. Systems and automation and tools to free up your time are things that I've mastered when it comes to real estate investing. This is my specialty, and being able to successfully do deals in any market of your choice, even if you've never stepped foot there, and do it completely virtually, is also a major part of what I teach. Now let me show you undeniable proof that this works. Here's a deal that generated $21,000 for me while I was just down in Costa Rica for a month surfing and vacationing with my family. This is 18th Street in Flagler Beach, Florida. And here's a screenshot of the bank wire from that deal. As you can see, $21,900 wired in from my title attorney on the 14th. And this one came through while I was also partaking in my morning surf session ritual in Costa Rica. And by the way, these are all profit. This is Twine Street in St. Augustine, Florida, about 2 hours away from the last one. Never saw it, never talked to the buyer, never talked to the seller, never really even seen it until I saw this picture. And the bank wire from this one just a few days later. $5,000 on the 18th. And I've turned many absolute beginners just like you who didn't have a penny to their name into virtual wholesaling machines. These guys take the advice, put it into action, and are now ultra successful in living a freedom lifestyle. Simply put, what these students have done is my virtual wholesaling system to put freedom back into the financial freedom equation, which sadly the most experienced investors totally miss out on. And now you're going to see the missing pieces that you've been probably racking your brain trying to figure out for so long on not only how to find a deal the right way for free, but to execute a deal from A to Z while being completely virtual. In other words, you'll start wholesaling properties from day one with your smartphone or tablet. A few simple apps and someone else doing the majority of the work for you. You'll start doing this with freedom on your side right from the get-go. And with just 1 to 2 deals a month, you'll be in full control of your life, your time, and your income. No more boss, no more 9 to 5, no more sitting through torturous rush hour traffic just to get to work, and certainly never running around town from property to property, meeting with sellers and buyers, trying to do everything to execute and close deals, like most investors are stuck having to do. Just pick your favorite dream location to live, play in, spend the time with your loved ones while you flip deals with just a Wi-Fi connection. Now look, before you think this all sounds exaggerated or maybe just hype, let me prove to you this works for absolutely beginners and veterans alike, and how my life was actually in danger if I didn't figure out this 100% mobile wholesaling system. Now here's Cy Anthony, somebody that took our system, ran with it, and is now ultra successful. He says, after spending 3 years trying to figure out wholesaling on my own, I was finally able to flip my first property for $11,750 this year, thanks to Justin. His systems have allowed me to work less flipping houses, but bring in more revenue. Even more important than the money, my character and lifestyle have changed due to this genuine feedback. It's like a 2-for-1 special, business and life coach. That is awesome, and congratulations, Cy. Now, here's another one, Adam Negree. He says, I wholesale a deal and pocketed $23,750. I have another deal signed as well. I will net 15 grand on, not bad, making $38,750 in 3 months. Can't wait to ramp it up, he says. And then he sent us a picture of his check, $23,750. And here's Craig Jones. These guys are a phenomenal couple. Very nice. He says at the bottom here, he says, as a result of my mailing campaigns, I got my first big payday. See attached. I will help me fund this next wholesaling venture. Boom. There it is. $30,000. Awesome, man, I'll tell you. And there's plenty more where those came from. Now, I myself, I've been a successful real estate investor since 2008, but it always wasn't fun and games for me. You see, I was making a ton of money fixing up properties, flipping them for huge cash as a rehabber, and I had a truck that I absolutely loved and was a dream for me to own. I had a gorgeous waterfront house that I lived in with my family. I had everything that a person dreams of having when they get into real estate investing or any business, but I couldn't enjoy any of it. I had no time, no freedom, not even a moment to stop and breathe. Needless to say, I couldn't even think about taking a day off, leaving town and going on a surf trip. So one particular week, I had 3 rehab projects, properties that I had bought, fixing up to sell, and they're all going on at the same time. I had a huge financial obligation on the line, and the clock was ticking. Now, if you're not familiar with how rehabbing works, most often an investor will have private lenders and an institution lend him funds to buy and fix up the property. And there are huge overhead and carrying costs that he or she needs to maintain as well. And these lenders and institutions have placed a deadline as to when their money is due back to them with returns on their loans. So if I didn't have each of these properties completed and then sold ASAP, I'd be in a huge financial hole. So I had 0 time to waste. But in order to make that happen, I was running back and forth between the 3 properties all day, nonstop. I was continuously picking up inventory and practically living at Home Depot and Lowe's just to get materials. And I was repeatedly dealing with workers on site that would run into all kinds of problems and even slack off. You can probably imagine the unbelievable stress I had to put on my mind and body. And just 3 days into that week of literally working from 5 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day with only a few hours of sleep each night, the inevitable and scary thing happened. After the third day of my living hell at the age of 28, I collapsed and became hospitalized. The stress was so intense, I came down with a condition called the hiatal hernia, which is like a stress-induced hernia. And it was such a horrible condition, I couldn't swallow any food, liquid, or anything at all. I couldn't even spit anything out either. I was basically a lying vegetable. In fact, the doctors were dumbfounded how the heck this could have happened to an extremely healthy, young 28-year-old athlete. And at this point, I was just so disappointed more than anything. See, I did a lot of self-reflecting lying in that hospital bed. And I just hated the fact that I had all this money and success and reached such a high level as a real estate investor, and yet I was still lying in a friggin' hospital bed and still not living the lifestyle that I had gotten into real estate investing for in the first place. I mean, this was worse than a regular job. I couldn't even imagine the investment bankers in New York being this overwhelmed. You know, something's wrong when you reach a point as a self-employed entrepreneur where you actually are missing the days of having a regular 9-to-5 job and answering to a boss. Because at least I wasn't dying when I used to work for someone. But no way was I ever going to go back to having someone else control my time, freedom, and income. So that was just never an option. And now I had no choice but to not go back to doing real estate investing the way I'd been doing it up to this point. I mean, at this rate, I wasn't going to make it past the age of 30. So I had to do something differently. And that's when I realized that doing traditional real estate investing was just not for me. And I wanted to simply let someone else do the actual buying, rehabbing, and flipping. In other words, I wanted to do a much easier and far less work-intensive strategy of wholesaling properties instead. It was the only way for me to continue to do what I loved, but not have to do this nightmare part of the real estate investing business. Now, if you're not familiar with wholesaling, here's a quick rundown on how that works. Look, you just find a property that seller wants to sell and that he or she hasn't listed publicly for sale yet. You sign a contract that you'll buy that property for a particular discounted price for cash after doing some negotiations. And then you just flip or sell that contract to another cash investor for a higher price, and you keep the difference as profit, often several $1,000s or more, and you're done. You actually never use any of your own money or get any kind of loan to flip the property and make large amounts of cash. It's a brilliant way for you to do a deal without using any of your own money or using your credit or doing any rehabbing yourself. You just play, quote unquote, the middleman and make a ton of cash selling real estate contracts. And when I started doing this successfully, I finally got my life back and started living the lifestyle that got me into real estate in the first place. I also got my time back, my sanity back, and my health back. But I still wasn't satisfied. You see, many wholesalers are still working too much, running around, meeting and negotiating with buyers, sellers, signing contracts, lots of marketing, and getting the deals closed. Me? I literally wanted to just spend most of my time traveling, surfing, and spending time with my family for long periods of time overseas. So I had to pretty much revolutionize the wholesaling strategy altogether. And by revolution, I mean making it way more automated, hands-free, and passive than anyone's ever done. And that's when I found my first major piece of the puzzle that set me free. And it was this. It's called the Article of Corporate Resolution, which I will give away to you today. This document is what lets a trained, experienced veteran real estate expert do all the meetings, negotiating, marketing, and signing for you on your behalf, and also do all the steps required to execute a deal. One that deposits $3,000 to $10,000 in your bank account, so you become truly free. And this person will be glad to only get paid upon the deals getting closed and you making the money first. See, you won't have to give this person a penny up front. And this person is what you call a field or disposition manager. And you'll discover in a moment how to find and hire one 100% commission only as quickly as this week. Because, well, they're friggin' everywhere once you know where to look. He or she will be like a ground troop who'll be physically located at the city in which you've decided to do a deal in on your behalf. So you won't ever have to be there, ever. You'll be 100% virtual and mobile, free to go, live and play where on the planet Earth that you want. And this Articles of Resolution is the number one missing piece I see in just about all other virtual wholesaling strategies out there. So you never actually achieve true freedom with them, no matter how much they promise it to you. Let me show you exactly what happens once you use this Article of Resolution document that enables and empowers your field manager to do your deal execution and do all your deal closings. This is a recent email from one of my field managers. She coordinates with the buyer, the seller, and the title attorney. On the bottom, the title attorney says, just want to let you know that I just funded this and sent your wire and the sellers. She forwards me, this one just funded. Man, do I love seeing emails from my field manager with that subject line. See, this is just an email. This is an email thread of just one of my deals being done for me. It's the back and forth communication between my field manager, the buyers and the sellers, and my title attorney of a deal on 18th Street that just got closed. I was simply copied on it so I could just watch and keep an eye on everything. All I did was sometimes reply with, yes, let's do it, or everything looks good. And my favorite, go ahead and send the title attorney for closing, which technically just means let's get the money. And I did this while I was taking breaks in between riding waves in Costa Rica, running up the beach to check my email on my phone. I kid you not. There's tons of video out there of me actually doing it, documenting a day in the life. And so this field manager, along with the Articles of Resolution document that he or she must sign to do all this work for you, is the second piece of the freedom puzzle for wholesaling deals completely virtually. The first being your mobile device to easily find deals in any market with just a tap and swipe, which I promise to reveal to you in a moment, okay? The third and final major piece of the wholesaling freedom equation is one simple mobile app to find all the cash buyers you'll ever need to get your deals sold. And it's one that the majority of real estate investors laughingly overlook. It's none other than Fiverr.com. Yup. Look, there are cash buyer finding ninjas sitting on Fiverr.com right now, ready to generate fresh list of highly targeted, highly qualified cash buyers for your deals in any market on demand for just $5. I know that may sound a bit unbelievable to you, but let me prove it to you. You see, Fiverr has plenty of coding nerds who've created their own software programs that scrape leads online for red hot cash buyers for real estate in any city with just a push of a button. And they'll deliver this list of cash buyers right to your inbox. In fact, I recently just did a search for one of these coding ninjas on Fiverr mobile app, and take a look at the results. Over a dozen people with their own cash buyer lead generation softwares that are going to go to work to find cash buyers for you, specifically for you. About 10 of these cash buyer generators came up for just 60 seconds. I mean, seriously, can it get any easier? It still just blows me away that we're living in such an awesome time right now. Take advantage of it. And just for kicks, I hired one of these guys to send me a fresh list of cash buyers for one of my deals for $5. And take a look. He says, the sheet contains 223 cash buyers who bought multiple properties in Orange County, Florida. The time frame is within 60 to 180 days. To sum it up, you should receive 200 cash buyers, all with phone numbers. He goes on to say that he gave me 23 more for free because we're a valued customer. And there is a snapshot of some of the buyers and the phone numbers of the buyers. Then we mail them our inventory and we get emails like this. I'd like to see this property. I mean, come on. We upload a buyer's list, we send them our inventory, and we sell deals. It doesn't get any easier. And this is just one of the ways that I've been able to grow my own list of cash buyers tremendously, with plenty who have bought some of my deals. So now, let me kill the suspense and show you the final major piece of the puzzle, the one that you've really been waiting for. Here's my sneaky insider, stupidly simple, cost-free strategy to find a deal today using just your smartphone or tablet and a Wi-Fi connection literally from anywhere in the world. Look, if I told you that for every 25 of these property owners that you called and simply read my word for word script to that never required you to be a salesman, one of them would become a surefire deal for you, wouldn't you drop everything and try it? I mean, you could make 25 quick phone calls today if you wanted to, or just outsource that for $5. In other words, you could potentially find a great deal, one that will eventually put thousands of dollars in your bank by tomorrow morning, if you'd like. See, I saved this for last because there's one thing that will start the countdown to your officially quitting your day job forever and becoming financially free in a matter of weeks. It's simply finding and landing great deals. You figure out just this part of the wholesaling equation and you're more than halfway there, my friend. So here's the secret to getting your first deal within 24 hours for free with just a tap and swipe on your smartphone or tablet. Simply identify burnt out landlords on Zillow.com's mobile app and then give them a quick phone call. Or you can outsource that too at a push of a button. That's it. Here's how and why that works. Did you know that there are plenty of landlords, which are property owners, posting up their properties for rent on Zillow in your market right now and subconsciously begging someone to show up and relieve them of their misery? You see, here's what makes them so extremely likely that they'll just sell you their property. It's the fact that they're posting up their property for rent by themselves. The big giveaway that they're very likely burnt out and ready to get out of their property is that they are not willing to hire a management company to do it for them. See, any landlord that's posting his rental property on Zillow by himself is most likely trying to cut costs big time. He's stressing about money and most likely has a host of other problems with his property. And any landlord that's doing well, not stressed or burnt out and not worried about money is not going to look for tenants by hand. He or she is just going to hire someone else to do it every time. So all you have to do is download the free Zillow app on your mobile device, launch the app, and type in your zip code that you want to look for leads in. Then use your finger to select FSBO, which just means for sale by owner, and then select for rent in the search options to narrow down your search. And bingo, you'll see all the property owners themselves have posted up for rent in that market. Then just look at their contact number, dial it, and read my short seller script as soon as they pick up the phone. And repeat this just 5 to 10 times a day. And by the end of the week, you'll have landed your first deal. Or you can just be super ambitious and call it 25 to 50 of them over the next day or two and find 1 to 2 deals immediately. It's that simple. I mean, it can't get any more simple, right? Well, oh yeah, that's right. It does, because you can even outsource those calls too at no cost, out of pocket, by the way. And I'm going to teach you about that more in a few seconds. It's almost guaranteed that one of these landlords will be so burnt out, stressed, and fed up being a landlord, he or she will be ready to throw their hands up and say, you know what? I'm glad you called. I can't take this anymore. Go ahead and just make me an offer for my property. I'm telling you, this happens for us all the time. And it's the easiest deal finding we've ever done. Now, don't get me wrong. This deal finding technique is not the only one in our arsenal. See, we use other critical ninja techniques that only require mobile apps to find us more and more deals. Some that are free to use and others that cost a tiny bit of money. So when you decide to learn this entire strategy, we'll get you to expand your deal finding arsenal, and your portfolio of deals will grow and grow. And at that point, you won't be just making enough money to quit your job, but you'll be experiencing wealth and freedom beyond anything you've ever experienced. We'll also show you additional ways to find highly targeted, red-hot, ideal cash buyers that you must have in this current market for all your deals nonstop outside of just Fiverr. At which point, you'll have a completely virtual wholesaling machine running for you continuously, cranking out deals and paychecks for you month after month. Believe me, you will stop thinking about money within a matter of weeks with this 100% mobile wholesaling system, because you just won't have to. No more worrying about bills. No more looking at the prices on the menu at the restaurant. No more thinking about when your next check is going to come in so you can rest well at night. It all goes away. So now I know you have a lot of questions probably about how to do all of this. And man, I wish I could show more in this video. But unfortunately, we'd be here all night with me showing you and teaching you every darn thing inside this 100% mobile wholesaling system and then filling in all the gaps for you. So that's why I've decided to practically give away a 25 module online training so you can simply watch, learn, and just do as I show you step by step and start wholesaling properties with just your tablet or smartphone from scratch, starting immediately, and let you walk away from your job by this time next month. My online training course is called Mobile Wholesaling, and I 100% believe it's going to take the real estate investing world by storm. This was my shameless intention when I created this program, because I wanted to put an absolute game changer out there for people trying to get into real estate investing. And by using none of their money, never using their own credit, and with absolutely zero knowledge and experience. Now, I know you still might be a bit skeptical because I know you've heard a ton of things like this before, making you all kinds of promises. And for one reason or the other, those training programs failed to deliver for you. Their strategies didn't work, or were outdated, or became too competitive, or just didn't give you all the steps that you need to give you absolute clarity. Well, I'm not going to just promise you that my program won't do any of that nonsense, but I'm going to let you test drive my entire training program at zero risk and let you just go out and generate your first huge check, flipping a property completely virtually, and then let you decide if you want to keep my program or not. I'm not even kidding. So here's what my mobile wholesaler training program comes with. When you log in with your username and password, which I'm going to email you in just a few minutes from now, you'll instantly get access to a whopping 25 training modules to walk you through the entire mobile wholesaling system. Why so many? Because as I said, I'm not going to leave out anything and just let you figure out stuff on your own. Just simply do as I say, take action from the comfort of your home, favorite coffee shop, or anywhere on the go, and watch your life change. Each of these 25 modules will walk you through every single step of the wholesaling process. I'm talking from A to Z, from downloading the exact mobile apps you need to finding the best deals in any city of your choice instantly, to finding and hiring the perfect field manager in that market for 100% commission only pay and using my articles of resolution contract, to having a list of the perfect cash buyers delivered to your inbox via the Fiverr.com mobile app, and using all of the other deal generating, cash buyer finding, deal executing mobile apps in our arsenal. And you simply use email, Google Docs, and other mobile tools you absolutely need to have all your deals done virtually. And if you miss any one of these tools or not use them exactly the way that we tell you, this system's likely not going to work and create a nightmare for you. Plus, you're going to see exactly how to find and use the right title company to have your field manager utilize in order to get your deals closed quickly and effortlessly. You can't just use any title company. You must find one that specializes in investment deals in particular. We're going to show you exactly how to pinpoint these in 30 seconds online and use the best ones in that town. We're also going to show you what all the steps are that have to get done for a deal to be executed. The steps that your field manager will be executing so that you know exactly what's going on, what to expect, and what to say in your email communications. How and where to find the best field manager that knows exactly how to negotiate and work with the buyers, the sellers, and the title attorney. And also one that already knows all the steps in signing contracts, delivering contracts to all parties, and more importantly, getting your deals closed. The 3 additional mobile apps that we use to ensure we always have a deal landing on our lap and that has tripled our cash flow. See, this is where you're going to reach the 6-figure level and beyond. And we're going to show you how to know exactly what's the right offer to a seller for his or her property so that not only is he or she very happy with it, but you have a plenty of room for making a fantastic profit on it. We call this the justified offer. And without this technique, I can nearly guarantee you will be spinning your wheels like a hamster in this market. You absolutely must know this technique. Also, we're going to show you how to know exactly what to offer and what to accept from a cash buyer so you're almost guaranteed to make a profit. And what to counteroffer the seller and or the buyers if the numbers are not working in your favor. And do it in a way that's fair and reasonable. And you don't piss them off and lose the deal in the middle. And much more. Oh, and just to make this even easier for you to do, I'm going to throw in these bonuses for a limited time. If you decide to get my program today, remember the email communication thread that I shared with you earlier, where I'm simply watching my field manager execute my deals between buyers and sellers? Well, I'm going to give you 3 copies of real life email threads of 3 of my deals. Yup, you're going to actually see how a deal gets executed from A to Z in real time. You'll see exactly what the field manager says and does with the seller of a property and with the cash buyer from beginning to end. Who the heck would ever do that for you? No one. Seriously, I checked. They're too busy being a guru rather than closing deals. So once you're having one of your own deals being done completely virtually with your field manager doing all the work, you'll know exactly what to expect, what's going on, what all the jargon and communication means in the back and forth emails. This is the stuff that's always missing, and I'm going to give it to you. And you'll also know what to say and how to handle specific challenges that may come up. So you can just reference exactly what I said in similar situations and how the field manager and I handled it so you can just do the same and make money. You're also going to get a template of my articles of resolution. This is the agreement you must have in order to give your field manager the power to sign all contracts and necessary closing documents to do a deal on your behalf. So you no longer have to be present nor do 90% of the work. Think of this agreement or contract template as a freedom ticket. It's the very thing you need to set yourself free and that other wannabe virtual wholesaling programs leave out so you don't truly achieve signed freedom. This is something that you must have to be a virtual wholesaler. Just simply fill in the blanks with your name and your field manager's name, have both of you sign, and you're good to go. And you absolutely need this document, otherwise nothing can be signed without you. Next, you're going to get something very unique, a piece of absolute gold that you definitely won't find in any other real estate investing course. You see, when I have a field manager or any other team member that I bring on board start doing all the work for me, I give them a set of instructions and guidelines to follow. And I do this by creating a video giving them my instructions. See, these instructions are critical to keep your proper expectations and set the right parameters to ensure your deals are getting done properly on time, the way that you need them so that you can get paid. I'm going to just give you a real life video that I give to my field managers so you can either just use it as it is or go and make a version of your own following my example. And I'll even tell you about the free video recording software that you can use to make it right from your computer desktop. This one simple application is actually responsible for doubling my annual revenue the very first year I used it. I honestly can't even imagine doing what we do without it right now. And this will be another major piece to setting yourself free from the wholesaling process so that you can enjoy living and doing whatever the heck you want while everything just gets done for you. And finally, I'm also going to give you a real life walkthrough video of me doing one entire deal from start to finish. This will be a look over my shoulder type video where you get to actually watch me do this entire virtual wholesaling process from A to Z and learn a few extra tips and tricks that make it work even better for you. I told you, nothing will be left for you to guess, period. I'm going to completely take out all the guesswork for you and give you 100% crystal clear clarity on how to wholesale property using none of your own cash from start to finish. And do it virtually from anywhere with the time freedom on your side. So there you have it. You're not just getting the actual training, but well over $2,500 worth of bonuses as my gift to you. Heck, I just paid my attorney over $1,000 for the articles of resolution contract alone. But you must make the decision to sign up for my training today if you want these additional bonuses. I want to reward the fast action takers. How much does it cost to get access to my mobile wholesaling course? Well, that's actually the wrong question to ask, honestly. This is definitely not a cost, but an investment, and a tiny one at that. When I tell you this laughably low investment for an entire 25 module training program plus all the bonuses, you're going to be shaking your head. But the only reason why I'm practically giving it away to you risk-free for practically peanuts is because of my selfish reason of wanting to turn the real estate and training industry on its head. And I want this program in the hands of as many people as possible and alter the way people do wholesaling forever. I'm just so damn tired of seeing the BS being spewed out there, wasting hard-earned dollars and crushing people's dreams. You need to know the truth of what really works in this market. I am so passionate about this because I remember so clearly being and feeling where you may be today. It's time for me to pass along what I've learned through the journey to the top so that you don't have to go through what I went through to get here. So that's why for today, you won't even have to invest half of that $5,000 or even a fraction of $1,000. You can walk away with highway robbery here and get instant access to my entire mobile wholesaling system for $97. I'm knocking off $400 for the next 25 buyers right now, which means for less than a price of a fancy dinner and a movie, you can start generating $3,000 to $15,000 paydays in the next 4 weeks or so. Yeah, I know. Call me nuts. So just to recap, here's everything you're getting. The mobile wholesaling course modules, $797 value. The private email chain to swipe, $497 value. Corporate resolution document, that's $1,000 value. Walkthrough step-by-step video, that's a $97 value. The community support and networking, that's $197 value. And partnership opportunities. That's where only valued subscribers of mine can present deals and we can potentially collaborate and do joint venture deals with you. That is absolutely priceless. And I don't bother working with anybody unless you're somebody that's already involved in doing business the way we do it. So the total value is $2,588. Plus, here's my even more insane offer to you. Make this a total no-brainer for you right now. You can get your entire $97 back anytime you want within the first 30 days. So go follow my steps, sitting on a couch or a coffee shop, generate your first deal and put a massive check in your bank account in your first 30 days and let this program prove to you that it works. And if for some odd reason it doesn't, and you really gave it an honest effort to put the strategy into action, then just shoot us an email by day 30 and ask for your money back. We'll refund every penny of that 97 investment to you, no questions asked. And even if it does work for you and you still want the money back for whatever reason, then hey, we can't stop you from taking us for a ride. So you still get all your money back, no problem. But I'm willing to take that risk because I know that this is gonna work for you unlike anything else you've ever tried. And you're gonna wanna keep it. So go ahead, just click the add to cart button below right now. Invest just $97 today. And I'll immediately email you your username and log into the course so you can hit the ground running with Module 1 within minutes from now. Imagine that in 24 hours from now, you've got your first deal and everything is in full motion towards a massive payday happening for you in just a matter of a few weeks. The only thing that's stopping that from happening right now is you're clicking the add to cart below and right this moment and setting yourself completely free with just a tiny $97 investment. But remember, this special $400 discount is very limited for the next 25 people or so only. So don't waste another moment. Click the button below right now and I'm gonna see you on the inside.